Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How are you all doing? Welcome back to some more Football Manager 2016. We're playing as Manchester United. Let's get straight back into the video. Some exciting news has come up. Newcastle United have sacked their manager and have hired Brendan Rodgers. This is really quite cool. Also, Crystal Palace have sacked Alan Pardew. Crystal Palace are not in a very good position. Now, guys, we have a hell of an episode here today. We have two matches. The first of which is against Roma in the round of 16 in the Champions League. And we also have the Capital One Cup final against Manchester City. Also, we've got the 6th round in the FA Cup against Manchester City. Now, obviously, the January transfer window has slammed shut. So let's recap my players and the transfers, the goings and comings. So, obviously, at the start of the season, we signed Remy, Onkalu, and Cherney. Obviously, Remy has just been absolutely on fire. Onkalu's been doing about what I expected, which isn't bad. But if you could, I don't know, he's a defender. He's doing what he's meant to do. Obviously, Cherney is doing all right. Picked him up for 10 million, which might have been a little bit expensive, but he's a pretty good player. 7.5. He's only 18 years of age. Now, during the January transfer window, I brought in Yuri Tielemans for 25 million. That is an absolute bargain for the 18-year-old who is worth 32.5 million. Now, his current ability is 2.5 stars. His potential is 4. He is a very, very good player. Also, we managed to sign Yannick Bolasie for 28.5. Obviously, he is a Premier League proven player playing for Plymouth. Well, not really I guess he's a Premier League proven player. Obviously, Crystal Palace, not so extensively as Remy when I use that phrase. But he's worth 90 million. We picked him up for 28. Obviously, probably had to overpay a little bit. But really, there was no one really else that I wanted in that price bracket. Mahrez was way too expensive, and a lot of the targets I went for were expensive. Now, obviously, where did we get this additional piece of money? If you guys can remember, we sold Wayne Rooney to Real Madrid for 47 million, and we also sold Michael Carrick to Chelsea for 4.2. Cherney's gone out on loan. Piera, these are some of the transfers, but not really anything too exciting. So let's have a look how Carrick is going. He hasn't played a single match for Chelsea just yet. 34 years of age. I'm quite surprised that he went to Chelsea, to be perfectly honest, but he has a huge wage. We weren't using him. We're better off getting some younger players. Wayne Rooney. Where are you, mate? He's played 7 games and scored 1 goal so far. We sold him for 47 million, and he's currently worth 44. So hopefully we don't verse him in the Champions League, but I'm quite surprised that Real Madrid actually picked him up, to be perfectly honest. But regardless, we've got 2 very important and exciting matches in today's episode. So currently in the Premier League, we're currently sitting in first, only by 6 points. Chelsea are right behind us. We're in front of Manchester City by 10 points. Everton are currently sitting in 4th, which is really interesting. Tottenham are 5th. Norwich are 6th. Arsenal, Liverpool 7th and 8th. Aston Villa, Watford and Crystal Palace are there. What else can we look at here? So we've got the Champions League, we've got the FA Cup. Let's have a look at some players' stats now, shall we? So Remy has scored 23 goals this season. Depay has scored 17. Juan Mata's up there with the assists, 14. So between Memphis and Remy, we have scored 40 goals. That is absolutely incredible. And that's why we're up at the table. We've got such a huge goal difference. And that's what's going to drag us to this fucking Premier League title. Let's have a click on Remy, though. I'm just sort of recapping for you guys, which I really do like doing. I like showing you the in-depth stats. So Remy, since joining Manchester United, has scored... Wait, where is it? He scored... Where am I looking? Still sort of learning the navigation of this. Maybe it's down here as well. He scored so far 29 goals, which is absolutely insane. And I do believe is that penalties? No, I'm not too sure. But 22 games in the Premier League, scored 23 goals. Obviously, he scored 7 at Chelsea, 6 at QPR, 14 at Newcastle. He's coming pretty close to his Marseille record, which is quite insane, to be honest. 74 games, 28. Nice, 68, 26. So he scored 23 goals so far in this season. Picked him up for 42 million. He's worth 33.5. He's only 2.5 star, but he's just such a awesome player. 29 years of age. He has been banging in the goals, and I find it funny that the Chelsea fans must be absolutely gutted about this. So let's stop recapping. Let's get into a match. We're going to be playing against Roma here today. So we're going to be playing the 4-2, the 4-4-2, and we're going to have Remy, Depay, Balassi, Schweinsteiger. Now Schneiderlin unfortunately does have a suspension, so we're going to have to bring on someone else on. Now obviously a defender. I think I'm going to bring on a defensive midfielder, rather said. I think I'm going to bring on Daley Blind, and then we'll chuck up Jones. Matteo Darmian, Chris Smalling, and Luke Shaw all have yellow cards. Obviously, Ashley Young has come back from his injury. Antonio Valencia and Nick Powell have one. So let's get stuck into the match. The other Champions League matches going on are... Okay, so some of them have finished. So Arsenal have lost to PSG. Lazio has drawn... Oh my god, Porto have beaten Real Madrid 4-0. Bayern have beaten Atletico. Lyon have beaten... who are they? This... Bucharest? I'm not too sure how to pronounce that Romanian club. My apologies. Manchester City vs Benfica. And then Juve play Monaco. So let's get stuck into the match. Actually, how many injuries do Roma have? Seyton Doumbia is out, thank God. And they have 3 players unregistered. That's fine. So obviously, Schneiderlin, my keen central defensive midfielder, is out. So we are versing 3 former Premier League players up front. Dzeko, Jovino obviously playing for Arsenal, Mohamed Salah, De Rossi still playing, Strootman, Chesney, Pjanic, Maicon. Maicon played for Manchester City, Totti, but a pretty decent lineup. Hopefully we can claim the victory here today. I just need to edit this. So we go with Key TV. I was just a little bit too fast for my liking. But guys, if you still are enjoying this Football Manager 2016 Manchester United career, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a like. It's a great way for me to gauge if you still are enjoying the series. Obviously, subscribing keeps you up to date. Also, if you want to stay connected with me on my social media links, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram are all in the description. Schweinsteiger cuts out a header, but finds Strootman. Jovino tries to play it over the top. Onkalu intercepts. De Rossi slams down Memphis. Daley Blind trying to find a teammate. Dzeko links up with Strootman, and he puts it into the bottom left. Very, very disappointing. Our objective is to reach the quarters, but it's going to be interesting to see where we finish up in the Premier League and the Champions League. Come on, we can bring one back here. I'm hoping we can, at least. We're getting shots on, but they're fine. Okay, right. Cheers, Ryan Giggs. But it's going to be interesting to see how Newcastle do, now having Brendan Rodgers in charge of the helm. One Massa gets fouled. That's a pretty dangerous position for a free kick. He whips it in. Oh, Remy's been fouled, so I do believe that's a penalty. No? It's not. Fouled in the box. Damn it. How's the player's condition? We're only 1-0 down. We're not down and out for the count just yet. 65th minute, we're going to have to make some substitutions just to spice things up a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Ashley Young on for Balassi. I'm going to bring on Rojo for Onkalu. And I'm also going to bring on Ander Herrera for Schweinsteiger. Maybe just try and mix things up a bit. Get some more domination in the midfield. And then just shore up our defence. I am confident in Depay and Remy. I don't really want to bring on Martial. Come on, Yannick Balassi. That's a poor ball to Memphis. And, oh, is that a red? Do we have a red card? Can I cancel my changes? Yeah, Chris Smalling has picked up a red card. Oh, for fuck's sake. One player down. Oh, shit. So we're going to have to restructure this now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Yannick Balassi there. And then we'll bring on Rojo. Oh, thank God I quickly cancelled that, or otherwise we would be in dire straits using up all our substitutions. So, yeah, not really much else we can do. Put Herrera maybe on for Schweinsteiger still. So Rojo can be in the defence for Smalling. Herrera, Blin. So we still have a spare substitution. We'll give it another 5 more minutes, and then we'll bring on Jones for Damian. Pjanic steps up. The Bosnians absolutely thrashes it wide. Come on, we can get a late equaliser here. So Schneiderlin obviously not playing has been a concern. It's been a lot longer than what I was planning. So we're bringing Jones on for Damian now. We'll confirm the sub. Oh, damn it. Let's go back to the pitch. Come on, United. We can nick one back in the dying minutes. So now in the second leg, not only will we not have Chris Smalling, that's gonna. Not only will be 1-0 down, we're not going to have Chris Smalling, our main centre back, but it looks like Roma are going to sneak the 1-0 victory. But they've been in such good form this season as well. What a shame. Now we have the Capital One Cup final. So Smalling is banned for one match. Oh, God damn it. Not good whatsoever. I don't even want to talk to these bastards. I don't even want to comment. But we have a huge rivalry. The Manchester Derby in the Capital One Cup. Damian reaches his card limit. Oh no. Damian to miss the Roma game as well. Savic is going on loan to QPR. Quite fun. I'm quite happy to loan out as many of my under 19 and under 21 players as much as possible. But we're not looking too well. Obviously, my objectives are to get to the quarterfinals. We need to reach the FA Cup final, and we need to qualify for Champions League. They might, if we win the Premier League, be a little bit more forgiving. But Manchester City coming up. Let's see who is available for the first team. Yeah, obviously this is my first ever Football Manager career. I think I'm doing all right, especially obviously because this is my first. I'm recording it and putting up on YouTube. Right. I'm not going to comment. I'd rather just get stuck in. I really do want to win the Capital One Cup final. Get some silverware for the boys. At least the board would like that, even though that it's not really part. So we're about to get 1.1 million for Keane. 50 league games for Burnley. Oh, for fuck's sake. We've just been dealt with a fuck nest. So we're going to have to quickly restructure this team as much as possible. So, right. So, unfortunately, Yannick Balassi can't play in the Capital One Cup. That was one of the conditions of signing him. So he's out. So we're going to have to chuck in Young, which I'm not really too overly concerned about. Right. So we'll chuck. So Phil Jones is out with an injury. How long until Antonio Valencia comes back? 7 days. Right, okay, so we're going to put Schneiderlin on for Daily Blind. Remy, Depay, Young, Schweinsteiger, Schneiderlin, Mata. I'm still going to play the 4-4-2, the Sir Alex Ferguson way. But Yannick isn't eligible, so we're going to have to move you up here. I might need to bring up some other players from the first team if shit hits the fan. So, am I happy with that formation to go in and hopefully try and beat Manchester City? Just going to do a quick save here before we get into the match, and obviously just to save the result. We're 1-0 down against Roma at Old Trafford. Hopefully we can go away and pick up the 3 points against them. So we're still only 3 points clear. What's sort of next? So we have a match against Chelsea and then a match against Manchester City. Holy shit. Those 3 matches will decide where we finish up in the league. So I just want to double check that I'm okay with this. Daily Blind, Yuri Tillemans. Alright, let's get stuck in. Let's play against Manchester City. So, I should actually see who's actually out for the match. So, okay. Oh, good. We've got a couple of good things here. That will go on our way. I don't wish an injury on anyone, but Yaya Toure is out suspended. Vincent Kompany as well. Sergio Aguero is injured. He is doubtful. And Fernandinho. However, Manchester City do have a huge amount of squad depth, so hopefully here today we can pick up our first piece of silverware. So they are playing Aguero up front. So Manchester City are playing a 4-2-3-1. Kevin De Bruyne on the left. Sami Nasri at the cam, Sterling on the right. This is going to be so intense. We've got one shot at this. David Silva on the left, Fabian Delph on the right midfield, Kolarov, Otamendi, Sanya as a centre-back. That's interesting, Zabaleta. Patrick Roberts, Clichy, Fernandinho, Navas, Mangala to take note of. But let's get stuck into the match against Manchester City. Here we go. So hopefully we can get our first piece of silverware. Memphis Depay running down the left-hand side of the field, determined to start things off. Fires it straight at the hands of Joe Hart just before the 20th second. Not minute. So 10 minutes. 20 minutes. Lapping into this match. Kolarov's offside. Come on, United. 30. This first half seems a lot quieter than what I would have thought. I imagine we're playing at Wembley Stadium. I'm not entirely sure. Luke Shaw has picked up a yellow. And the first half has fizzled out. So let's have a look at the match stats. So I've had 6 shots to 2 on target. They had 6 shots to 2. Possession based. 51-49. They've had a lot more fouls, so it's pretty even. We've had 9 corners, though. That is pretty good. But let's get stuck back into the match. Manchester City are on the ball. I'm going to have to make sure to look at the timer and get my crucial substitutions in. Darmian with the throw-in. Nice 1-2 pass with Schneiderlin. Ashley Young manages to get the ball to his feet, scores his 7th goal of the season, back from injury, puts it in the top, well, it's sort of like the mid-left, it wasn't the top left, but a nice 1-2 pass from Darmian, and, wow, that is insane, Schneiderlin. Juan Massa picks up an incredible assist, and Ashley Young puts it in the back of the net. So we're 1-0 up here. We need to hold on to this lead. Oh, no. Oh, Sterling gets his shot off and then hits the deck. Quite interestingly. So, come on, give it another 2 more minutes. Right, let's quickly do some substitutions here. We need to get our defense a little bit stronger. So, should I bring on Rojo now for Onkalu? I'm going to bring on Daily Blind for sure. I'm going to keep Memphis and Remy and Young, but I do want to bring on Ander Herrera for Schweinsteiger. So we'll drop that, and that will be the transfer. So we bring on Rojo, Daily Blind. That will shore up our defence. And then, Manchester City have fouled us in the box. Is that a penalty? I think it might be. Yes, it is. We have a penalty in the 70th minute. Lock Remy steps up to put us in a tremendous position in the Capital One Cup final. He does. And on that note, he scores his 30th, yes, 30th goal of the season. We picked him up for 42 million. I didn't actually plan to have him as my main striker, but he has definitely shown that he's, he's going to be the leading man, I reckon. Obviously, I wanted to buy Lacazette, Benzema, but Remy has done an absolute shift. He's been grafting from the fucking get-go. Right. Oh, not good. Not good whatsoever. And Otamendi looks like that UFC fighter from Ireland. McGregor. I think that's his name for some reason. But at this point, hopefully, it's no more than a consolation goal. 2-1 up. Come on, can we spill out for extra time? One matter. Come on, Ander Herrera. Memphis! Ooh. But I'm delighted to announce, guys, that we have won the Capital One Cup final, even though the board didn't give a shit about it, but it's our first piece of silverware in Football Manager. I'm so excited. So 13 shots to 4 on target, 14 to 7. Very, very interesting. So let's have a look. What have we got here? So Manchester United lift the Capital One Cup. Oh, awesome. I don't really want to bang on about it. Manchester have 210k. Simpzy, one of the top Australian managers. Really? Oh, that's interesting. Simpsy's name on United's lips. I wonder what the board sort of want, but there's the Capital One Cup. Massa is the cream of the crop. I don't doubt that in the slightest. Best overachievers, it was... Okay, right. So we won the Capital One Cup, which is absolutely immense, even though the board didn't give a shit about it. But at least it's a bit of silverware. I'm sure the board will be happy. So what have we got here? Okay. Crystal Palace have signed Michael here, which I'm not really too sure who he is. So I actually don't know who he is. Lord Roop? Oh, God. I don't know who he is. Michael, he used to manage Swansea. So maybe a couple of you Swansea fans. He used to manage... Oh, no, he was a player for Real Madrid and Barcelona, Juve. So he's a pretty accomplished player. I don't know. In the 1980s, yeah. 1990s. Huh. So... Crystal Palace have a new manager. That's interesting. Oh, was he a player for Swansea, was he? Not a manager. I need to correct myself there. No, he was a manager for Swansea, but he was a player for Ajax. Right, let's have a look. Unbeaten record, right. Middlesbrough want Paddy McNair on loan. I'm quite happy to loan him out. Get some game time. But we have a match against Chelsea and then against Manchester City. So like I said... This will decide the Premier League. This is make or break. I reckon if we can win these two matches, we're going to be in a tremendous position to hopefully continue to push against and go for our league title. Mourinho doesn't believe Simpsy's success is deserved. Fair enough. That's quite funny. My job security is pretty good anyway. Oh, for fuck's sake. Mike Smalling has picked up a 4-month injury. Fuck's sake. Oh no, our main centre-back. However, we do have the squad depth. We got Rojo. But guys, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. All my social media links are in the description below. Make sure to have a fantastic rest of your day. Stay tuned for more content on my channel. Goodbye.